In the late 90s and early 2000s, Japan really seemed to be all about peripherals that would never see the light of day outside of Japan. So, of course, the PlayStation and the Digimon franchise were no different. One of these super neat pieces of tech was the Pocket Station, which more or less functions similar to a PlayStation 1's memory card, except that it has a little screen on it, enabling games with compatibility to have a portable minigame or other functionality that the player could have in a portable pocket form. Digimon had 4 games with Pocket Station functionality. Pocket Coolumon, which I actually did a video on this many years ago on this channel, and then of course there were 3 Pocket Digimon World games, which were more similar to a traditional virtual pet and functioned as a pocket version of the Digimon World game for the PlayStation. So very similar mechanics. You have a Digimon and you have to do various different types of training to get specific stats, do battles, and then you can evolve your Digimon to whatever Digimon that you've met the requirements of, similar to both the Digimon Virtual Pets and the Digimon World PlayStation game. So very similar to that. Each game lets you raise different Digimon, but all 3 more or less function the same. Train your Digimon, explore the map, defeat bad Digimon, and then get items to transfer to the PlayStation game that unlock content like screenshots and clips from the first game. So the more or less story of the Digimon World Pocket Station games is that Digimon has a museum in Fire Island, and pieces of this museum have been stolen or lost and are just scattered around Fire Island, the area from the first game. And of course, Digimon Adventure, early on in the series, you start off in Fire Island. So it's going through the same areas or similar areas that were featured in the first Digimon World game, and you're basically just defeating Digimon to get these museum pieces that are missing from Gigimon's museum. And that story is basically the same for all 3 of these Pocket World games. So as the Pocket World save completely fills each Pocket Station, it's best to have 3 of them, because there are 3 games, if you don't want to be consistently deleting data on the card. They can also jogress and battle between them like the Digimon Pendulum and Original Virtual Pets, so there is that extra functionality there. In addition to compatibility with their own games, they could also be loaded up into your save on the Japanese release of Digimon World 2, or you could also use the WonderSwan Wonder Wave add-on and you could communicate with the WonderSwan and unlock things that way. So not only was it compatible with itself, it was compatible with other Digimon releases from around the same time, that being Digimon World 2 and, of course, the WonderSwan. So there was that added functionality there where it felt like there was quite a bit of compatibility throughout the whole franchise, which is something I really appreciate about the Pocket Station releases. Overall, these are cute little virtual pets, and I honestly wish that we had something similar to work with current Digimon games. The closest that I think we have is the Digimon Vital Bracelet, where you can use the app to sort of store your Digimon in the same way that you can use these games to store your Digimon from the Pocket Stations. And in addition to that, they don't actually evolve on their own. You actually have to put them back on the game and then click evolve when you meet those requirements. They don't just evolve over time like in other virtual pets, which is something I appreciate. I feel like it gives you more chance to meet the requirements for evolution. But, however, that does mean that you can't just function just with one of these. You need the game as well, and you need to be consistently connecting it. But again, it's a shame that we don't have something similar today. As I said, the Vital Bracelet comes close-ish, but imagine if the Vital Bracelet functioned exactly as it does now. It works with its own app, but it also works with Digimon Survive. Or it also works with Digimon Story Next Order that just came out on the Switch. Since there's NFC functionality, there could have been something there, or you could put the Digimon on your phone and then have that transfer across. That would have been cool. But again, there's nothing that's super similar to this Pocket Station functionality like there was 2 decades ago now. Well, over 2 decades ago, almost. So that is a shame that there's nothing like that currently, or even the Vata bracelet doesn't come close enough to have the same functionality. So that's a shame. The sprites are really, really cute, and your Digimon have different moods, and they will talk to you about the concerns that they have. Sometimes they need to be alone, and this is something I appreciate whenever there's a call, like other virtual pets, when they ring out, they want something from you. The little LED at the top starts flashing, so it's not just sound, it's also visuals, so that is pretty cool whenever they call out to you. So sometimes they'll call out to you and they just want to go off and go explore on their own for a bit. They just want some alone time, and that makes it feel kind of realistic. It's like, oh, it kind of wants to be alone. So then you say yes, have fun, I'll see you later, or no, and you can kind of refuse that, but they'll run away anyway. And then they'll eventually come back, and when they come back, they'll be like, oh, sorry, I won't do that again. Spoilers! They will do it again, but it's kind of nice, like, okay, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. They kind of like do a little frowny face. That's a cute little mechanic there. They also have different moods, and that also is an additional evolution requirement, which is pretty cool. And coupled with them running away that I just mentioned, and the fact that you can talk to them about how they're feeling and what their concerns are, or what they're worried about, it makes them feel a little bit more realistic and more lifelike than other virtual pet releases that we've had. And I really did enjoy running these a lot, actually, that they're really fun. And again, it's a shame that, the Pocket Station didn't receive a wider release outside of Japan, but it's also a shame that we haven't really seen anything similar-ish in terms of multi-cross-platform compatibility like the Pocket Station. We don't really have anything like that, and that's a shame, because we could have, as I said, the Vata bracelet. Wouldn't it be cool if it could communicate with Survive or Next Order or the Digimon Story game that's not come out? Like, then it could communicate with Digimon World, Digimon Story, and Digimon Survive, so that'd be pretty cool, but again, there's no functionality like that. So in any case, those are my thoughts about the Digimon Pocket Station. They're really fun to run, and if you can get your hands on them, I would definitely recommend them. I feel like they're really fun. There is quite a bit of Japanese, so if you don't know Japanese, you might struggle a little bit. There are, I'm sure, guides online for what each option on the menu means, so you could look at that. I don't struggle with it, but I can read Japanese, so I don't really struggle that much. It is nice when you can understand what they're saying, when you ask them what their concerns are, and you can kind of ask them, hey, what do you want to do? I want to get stronger. Let's go on. Or they sometimes call out to you, like, hey, I want to go on an adventure. And then you can go on an adventure with them. There's a bit of something could be lost in translation, if you don't know, or if you can't read Japanese, or if you don't have a translation available, there might be something lost there. But overall, they're really fun. So that's all I had to talk about in terms of the Pocket Station for today. I really love them. I just want to do a quick sort of what are they, how do you use them review video, because I've been posting a few pictures of them on social media, and some people are like, hey, what are these? Do I need the game to have it? How do I evolve them? And another frequently asked question is that how do you know if they're ready to evolve? I'll edit in some footage of my Pocket Stations throughout this, so you might have seen this little icon on some of the screens, specifically with Agumon or my Agumon. There's a little spinning whirly icon that shows up on the screen when they are ready to evolve, and then when that happens, all you do is you load up the game, insert the memory card like you would literally any other memory card. This case kind of flips up and you insert it like a memory card. So that is pretty cool. Again, you can just use them as memory cards, and they function exactly the same as memory cards. You can delete things off them, you can copy things from them. They function exactly like memory cards on the actual PlayStation itself, but they just have the added screen functionality. So that's pretty cool. So that's all I had to talk about today in terms of the Pocket Stations. Let me know your comments, questions, etc., in the comment section below. Like this video for the absolutely adorable sprites. It's sometimes just nice to see what they're doing. They'll be fishing or listening to the radio, or if you ask them to train, they might be training, doing chin-ups and struggling at it, which is adorable, sit-ups. any sort of training thing. It's kind of a cute animation there. So like this video for that, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course if you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your families, tell your friend who struggles to do chin-ups, I guess, because Agumon really does. And of course I will see you all in the next video. Bye!